I don't know how much you want me to introduce myself, but faculty, voice faculty at Juilliard. This is my second year there. In the fall, I've been assigned to be the head of the vocal area. Not quite sure why that happened, but it'll be fun to do. I taught at Brigham Young University for 13 years up until 2019. I also teach the Metropolitan Opera Lindemann students. I teach 8 of the Lindemann students there right now, and at Santa Fe Opera, Portland Opera, and I've taught at Utah Opera and Arizona Opera. Good, so who wants to go first? And when you, I'm not quite sure how that, yes, so Gabrielle? Yeah. So I see Gabrielle, so Gabrielle will be first. Introduce yourself, tell me a little bit about yourself, like, how old you are, where you are in your studies, and anything that you think will be pertinent to me understanding where you're at technically. And that's going to be the same for everybody. Great, Gabrielle, thank you. So I think you're able to unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gabrielle Turgeon. Can you hear me okay?
I can, so
Yes,
yeah.
great. Okay. My name is Gabrielle Turgeon. I'm 20 years old. I'm in my third year of my undergraduate studies at the University of Toronto in Toronto, Canada, where I am right now. We're under a very strict lockdown, so I'm in my basement here. Um, and today I will be singing A Fraise en Rêve by Gabrielle Fauré.
Great. Great, wonderful. Yes, as there should be. Applause being given you. Great. Let me try. I'm trying to. Hang on. I'm trying to get you on a bigger screen. For some reason, I have you on a bigger, small screen. That's fine. I can still see you. So, Gabrielle, what voice type did you say you were?
Soprano.
Okay. And what's your, sometimes it's hard to tell with chanson or with art song, right, what voices are, because we don't always hear the extent of your range. How high do you, and you have that nice darker color, which I like, and sopranos have all that, can have all that dark color. Were you ever mezzo? Have you ever been mezzo?
I've never been a mezzo. It's always been a kind of a question mark, but I've never
Yeah.
trained as a mezzo.
Yeah, and it's fine. I don't worry. I'm not playing mind games. I mean, I actually think you're a soprano. I just wondered if sometimes we start as mezzo and then you go to soprano. I just wondered if you had been mezzo in the past. And so how high do you sing? What's your highest note in the range for you?
I would say I can go up to an F, but sustained probably a B or a C.
Okay, so high C you can,
Yeah.
but not sustained. Yeah, okay. And how low do you sing?
My lowest note is an E below middle C.
Yeah. Good. And then what was my next question? So you're 20, right?
Yeah.
And then have you done any operatic repertoire at all, just for fun, or have you studied any operatic repertoire? And if you have, what has that been?
Yeah. I've studied. I've studied Susanna from Mère de Figaro.
Right.
Zerlina from Don Giovanni. I just started Manon, her aria from that.
Which of the arias are you looking at?
I just started Adieu, Notre Petite Table.
Yeah.
And I also started Prendi from Lady Cyr d'Amour by Donizetti. And I have Laurie's song from The Tenderland, and also Despina's arias from Così fan tutte.
Good.
Yeah.
This is what I want to work with you on. You're very musical. What you want to be careful of is not to get so musical that it gets a bit schmaltzy, and a little bit like you kind of slurring in and out. And so sometimes we lose the cleanliness of sound. But I want to try this. You have a beautiful voice, by the way, and it's a beautiful sound. And I think your voice will just grow as you get older and you discover repertoire that you want to do, and it might get bigger. We never really know, but it might get bigger. How are you with coloratura and melismas, fast singing?
I actually have done a bit of coloratura. I didn't mention I've done a lot of Handel as well.
Oh, good, yeah.
Mention that, yeah.
Handel's my favorite composer, so you've just said the right. You just. Good. Let's do that. Can we let's start again? I know you're doing the backing track, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we stop, I'll just do that to say stop. If it's good, I'll do that. But at some point, maybe we might not use a backing track, and I might have a PDF myself. So yeah, let's just start again with the backing track, and let me just see if I have it. Good. So, Gabriel, let's now do it without the backing track. I have it in a different key than you. What note are you starting on?
G.
Yeah. You're going do za so me. I want it really clean. Do za so me. Make it really clean. You already have that really nice, rich color. It's almost like you're double dipping a little bit.
Gotcha.
And so it kind of loses clarity of sound. And we actually don't always get the beauty of the sound, or as beautiful as it can be, because you're kind of like chewing in and out. Just start it again and make it really clean. That's really interesting to me because that's a bigger sound. It has more overtone, it has more cut because you're not doing anything extraneous. So really be true to your instrument. I always, I think the goal of any teacher, I always find a compliment when someone said, "Oh, I love what your singer's doing." There's no like Babidge stamp per se, but I hear healthy singing, and that is what I want ultimately, is that you're using your authentic sound. And sometimes it gets a little bit too not too manipulated, but a little manipulated. And now I just get all the overtone and it's just cleaner, and in essence it's bigger. So that's great. Let's carry on from there. Da, 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 da. Good. We do this. You go. Keep it in the same place. That is already. I always like to think the high is low, low is high. So it's very easy for us to go. Do you know what I mean? So you're not dipping down, and you'll get a better color with it. So let's just do that again, just from there. I think it can be dark. I think it can have a more natural darkness down there. You go. Do you see? Can you feel that? Nice.
Okay.
Keep going. Sorry, I was just saying that was nice. That was great. Ardomira. Yeah, good. So you have to be careful because you're changing the rhythm a little bit, and it's too rubatic. I'm just transposing. I'm not very good transposing. Just bear with me. And I want it just stays in that pocket of sound. It was a little breathy. Now I'm okay with that if it's a dramatic choice, if it's to do with the text. I think you're quite text driven. Am I right?
Yeah, I can be. Yeah.
It seems that you know what the song's about, which is kind of a silly thing to say, but some people will just sing, sounds and not give us the meaning of the song. I feel that you're doing that. But at the same time, be careful that you're not losing what I call the tube of sound. So if I teach a new student and they're a young student, let's say they're 16 and never really sung before, they probably are going to come to me going, right, scale of C. The goal ultimately is that they go, everything feels the same. You do that really, really well, except in this piece at times, you get caught up in the text. You go, right? And it almost gets a bit cabaret or musical theaterish, and it's losing the classical sound.
Yeah. Okay.
So just don't lose it. If you keep it, it's really good. So let's go back to and keep it really tight. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean tight. I mean tight in keeping everything in the same place, not pushing up, pushing down. Don't worry. Just think high. Do this for me, actually, Gabriel. Go. Like you're pulling a thread.
Okay.
Needle and thread kind of stuff going on. Good. Don't worry about the breath. Really good. I mean, for now, don't worry about the breath. Good. I want to make sure, though, it's very interesting because you'll now find this cleaner placement, but I also don't want, and now I'm almost hearing like a flutter in the sound.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure that we still have the, almost think straight tone into a spin of sound. Otherwise it's right? So kind of find that natural darker place that you had earlier, just from on it. Good, good. So you just totally fixed it.
Okay.
You totally did all the right things. It's not kind of being a bit chewy. It's very clean, and we've got that nice dark pace in there too. Let's carry on. Let's go to Mapole. Good, really good. It's very interesting, Gabrielle. So you go, avec toi, and then suddenly you go into that musical theatre place, and your body moves back and forward. Da, 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 da. You got to keep really still. I'm not saying that you can't move the body, but I would say for you in this piece, stillness is the key. Stillness is what gives us all the right connection. Avec toi, vers la lumière. So it's really as sinewy as you can make it. And I know you're able to do it because I've heard you do it. Just keep that. Otherwise, it goes just off the voice a little bit. Okay. Oh, our time is running out. I've been given, let's just do the last phrase.
Okay.
Good, good. It went slightly open, slightly off the voice again. I can just go lumière. Yeah, it's good. Good. Time's going very fast. I'm so sorry. This is just fun. Just remember those things because it shows off all the great color of your voice. Anytime you go out of that, we don't know what's happening. When it's stillness, it's all the beautiful sound. It's beautiful. Good, Gabrielle. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful job, Gabrielle. All right. Well, our next singer can either be Nicole or instead of, I'm sorry, it was not Santana, it was Anjuli, or our other singer. So whoever is ready can go ahead. Okay, Nicole.
Nicole, yeah.
Hi, I'm Nicole DePasquale. I'm 17. I'm in Tampa, Florida right now. I've been singing for 9 years, so and today I'll be singing Voy que sapete from Nota de Figo. Voy que sapete que tuo sei amor, donne si non mi donne si non nel cuor. Quello che ho provo, figli di
Voi che sapete che cosa è l'amor, togliete se io non ne vo, togliete se io non nel cor.
Good job, Nicole. Beautiful. Very good. Thank you. You've been studying for 9 years. How old did you say you were?
I'm 17.
And you've been studying for 9 years, right? That's young. That's young. Is that like private lessons? That young? Was that your own? So was that your own choice?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed. So what got you? When did you know that you wanted to sing and that was the thing you really loved?
I've always just really been intrigued by opera and classical singing. For a while, I was really into like musical theater and different Broadway shows, but then kind of just more focused onto classical. So.
Very good. Okay. You are 17.
I'm in my junior year in high school right now. So.
Junior year, you have another year left. What are my other questions? Yeah. So, are you in a choir at school?
No, not right now.
Do they have choirs in your high school?
Yes, they do, but I'm not in it right now. So.
It's like, no, I don't do choir. So, how high do you sing? How low do you sing? I'm always intrigued by that. And your voice could end up being soprano as years go on, possibly, or may sing mezzo. Say that again.
I am soprano. Yes, I've trained.
Okay, so voce sapete is usually mezzo soprano. That's why I queried that. And why did you choose voice sapete?
I've really lately in my lessons I've been trying to focus on more of like my mid-range notes and just trying to create more fluidity with that, because my upper range it's gotten more relaxed than I say like some of like around D, E, F for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to really work on that.
Good. That's smart. And I mean that makes all sense to me. Yes, I just was a little confused because of the operatic aria being mezzo soprano, but everything you're saying makes sense. And you're young, you're 17. There is a maturity to your voice, which is nice to hear. Not everybody has that maturity of sound at that age. They can develop it quite quickly, but yours has developed, and one then would have to be careful as you go forward that you don't blow, because the voice will get bigger still, not to blow that sound. Good. Let's work on this then. So I talk often about 5 vowel placements, and in Italian this is helpful. So the 5 placements are I, E, A, O, U. Oh, people, the screens are moving, so now you've moved. Not your fault. So again, oh, now you've gone back in. Okay, I, E, A, O, U. So can you do this for me? I want you to feel where those 5 vowels go. So I, E, A, O, U. Just do that. It's on an A. E first. E, and do legato. E, A, O. Yeah, Nicole, sometimes even when you sang, I don't know whether you're too near the mic, or you need to do a different level, but we actually can't hear you now. And before it was kind of fuzzy. So can you move away from the mic maybe and try that again? Because I actually can't hear very well. So, good. On the R vowel, R needs to really stay centered. I felt a little bit, Nicole, that it was a little too far back. Good, a lot better. We're having a difficulty hearing you. Am I the only one? Can other people nod if they're saying they can't hear as well as, yeah. So I'm just trying to work out your miking.
Okay. I'm pretty far away from it right
I
now.
know you are, I know.
I can try to figure out.
Voltage.
Yeah. I'll try to. Okay, wait here. Let's try this better. I turned on the original sound.
Yeah, try that, because sometimes it makes a difference. Well done, yeah. And now that makes it, we can hear everything, by the way.
Okay.
So keep to original sound, yeah. I mean, it's always difficult, this miking with, this new way of us doing things. Yeah, good. So when you sing Voi che sapete, I want you to think where those vowels go, if you can. Don't worry if you don't remember them all, but Voi goes here. I know I can't be seen very well because I don't really have the best lighting right now, but Voi che sapete. Do you see what I mean? So you're really accessing where they go. See, if I don't do that, it can go Voi che sapete, which is okay, but I really want you to access all those resonators. Voi che sapete. It's just where I feel it resonate. If I was to explain my philosophy of teaching, which is, if I had to do it in 10 seconds, right, which is impossible to do because it normally takes a few months to understand what a teacher's saying and means. But I would say use all those resonators with thread of chest, and that's for all voice types. Really good low support and never in the throat. And I don't really hear it in the throat with you, but sometimes it can want to go grab. And so we're just trying to keep it there. So let's start Voi che sapete. Don't do it with the backing track, but just see if you can, what note do you need to start on?
B flat.
Yeah, so Voi, and if you don't mind, doing it with your hand, don't worry if you don't remember it all, but for sure remember the O and the E. And maybe the R, so Voi che sapete.
Voi che sapete.
Right, so let's really fix this. So Voi, it can be taller and warmer. Voi.
Voi.
Yeah, even more forward, because it's going a little bit va. Voi.
Voi.
Just say the word. Just say Voi.
Voi.
Say it really not as singery, but just go Voi, almost like musical theatre, like Voi.
Voi.
That's what I want. So when you sing it, think that way. Voi. I think sometimes it gets a little bit too vertical. I like vertical, by the way, but it gets a little bit too vertical, and then the vibrato isn't as even. Voi che.
Voi che sapete.
Yes. Keep going. Good, right. So step back a little bit from the mic. That's not your fault, don't worry. Voi che sapete was really good. And then afterwards, it started to get a little bit pushed. And so you already have a big voice. And I think someone as young as you, and I almost understand why you're not in a choir, because you could get someone, saying, oh, it's too big. But still at the same time, we can still learn to be in choirs. But
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I know at your age it's difficult because people will think it's really strange for a 17-year-old to have a vibrato and sing operatically. So good for you that you're embracing that, because some people your age don't want to do that. They're too nervous in front of their friends, or they feel it's too fake. It's not fake. At the other side of the coin, make sure that you're really thinking cleanly, because that is when the voice is big. When you kind of push the sound, it gets muffled. And I'm not talking about just the reception between you and me with the Zoom, but it gets a little bit pushed. So voi che sapete, really think of that. Voi che sapete, and then the next phrase, just feel that you're just resonating in those areas.
Voi che sapete che cosa è l'amor, donne verte, se o non è
interesting. I don't know if others can hear it. The time when you start to blow the sound is when the reception goes fuzzy. Again, that's not necessarily, I mean, that's a technical issue, but it's very interesting. When you sang core, up until then, there was no fuzz to my ears. And when you sang core, and after that, you start to push a little bit, we got a fuzzy sound, which is interesting because it means that it's kind of not staying in its cleanest of placements. So Nicole, it's a fine line. You do this really great singing and then it gets a little bit pushed or a little bit blowing, and you got to trust that it stays there. So I often talk to my singers and say, never push the sound, always think of sucking the sound. Voices apert. You don't do that, by the way, but what we want is voices apert. Musical theatre singing is hot air. Voices. Classical is cold air. The whole idea is you've had a flame on the top of a candle. That candle will never go out. You just, I mean, don't try it. Don't try it. You don't want to burn your house down, so don't try it. But the whole idea is, right, candle, that it never goes out. So imagine it, don't do it physically, just imagine it. Can you do that again? Go from the beginning right to where we finished, because I think you can really navigate that. And again, time's running out, which is crazy. But good. That's really interesting. So it has way more beauty to it. You have a beautiful voice, but there's way more beauty and line to it. I didn't get the fuzz that we got last time. It's interesting. I see someone else nodding. So it's interesting how that idea is keeping it contained, and we actually get a better overtone. So sometimes our small is big for the audience. I'm getting a bigger, connected, cleaner sound. It's bigger, but for you, it's a smaller placement. Good. Let's just do one little section that has the highest. What's the highest part of the aria? Or have we already gone as high? No, we haven't. Oh, I've been told that's our time. I'm so sorry. The time's gone really fast, but beautiful singing, Nicole. Really good. Okay, well done. Thank you.
If you'd like to just take just a minute more just to finish the thought there, that's fine.
Sure. I think we're good. We did good things, but I understand what you're saying, though. Yeah, if needed. But I think we got all those things going, and I think you could work on those, Nicole. Right? Yeah. Very
Okay.
good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. Our next singer, if you're ready, can be either Anjuli or Marielle, whichever one. If you'll just unmute yourself and begin.
Hi, I can go next. Is my camera there?
I'm not seeing you, but I might have to span across.
Your camera is off, I think. There we go. Excellent. All right.
Great.
Oh, they are. Great. Thank you.
So should I just introduce myself?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Mariella Plancia. I'm 15. I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Northern Virginia, and I will be singing La Pastorella by Schubert.
Great.
Oh, sorry. 1 second.
No worries.
Thank you.
Good, Mariella, beautiful. Thank you. All these young voices singing well. It's great. That's what we need. We're always looking for the younger generation to sing well. I always worry that as generations go along, the younger generation will lose any desire to sing, but that's just not true. So I'm glad of that. So soprano, right, Mariella? And how long have you been singing? Maybe you said.
I've been taking lessons since I was 8. Piano.
Yeah, another young one. Whoa. I mean, I always get nervous when someone has lessons that young, but it served you well, so I shouldn't be nervous, right? Because there's healthy singing, that's a good sign. I always worry, you see these young singers on America's Got Talent or X Factor or anything like that, and you kind of worry when they push the sound and everyone loves what they're doing, and be careful. Anyway, so good for you. What other pieces do you sing? And I want you to be really honest with me. Pretend that no one else is here listening. Of course they are, but pretend. What operatic arias have you done for fun in your bedroom?
So my teacher didn't want me to start doing arias until I was 16.
Yeah, smart. As a good teacher. I'm curious though, like when you're in the car or when you're alone and you really go for it. Do you ever sing arias for fun?
I listen to them. I have tried to sing like a couple, but like the super famous ones, just like to hum along.
Yeah, well, that's good. That means you're an obedient pupil, and that's good. But I mean, that's the exciting thing about these young voices. That I can hear the voices get bigger as you get older, and it's smart not to do arias now. But I'm just curious if you ever just do any, just to see what the voice like. So one of my philosophies is, as a young singer, as long as you're being monitored correctly by a teacher, it's okay to sing arias as an undergraduate.
Right.
Again, like I said, if you're being monitored correctly, and I tell you why, because it's what stretches the voice. If we only do art song, we're learning amazing things, but we're also losing the opportunity to know what our instrument really is able to do. There just aren't too many art songs that give us that chance for the sound to grow. I'm not sure if everybody agrees with me, but that's been my experience, that it's made the voice keep healthy. Good. Were you there when I talked to Nicole about those 5 vowels?
Yes.
It's easier to do in Italian than other languages, but can you just start this again? I think we're going to do it without the backing track, but can you just start again? And I'll see if we can work on some of those vowel placements. And I have other things I want to talk about too, but let's start again.
Okay, so just sing through and then you'll stop me.
Yeah, yes. I'll do that, which means like, time out or whatever, but yeah. Good. I want you to do this for me, Mariella. I want you, this is going to sound very odd and very strange, and don't quote me, but I want you to start singing again and do like this big fake opera sound.
Okay.
Like mimic a big opera sound.
Okay.
You're like, oh no, I'm too musical to kind of ruin that, but just go for it. I want you to go La Pastore. I'm just curious to know what your instrument likes to do, what it's yearning to do. And don't get me wrong, everything you're doing is correct. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Okay. But I want you to experiment with what sound is in there.
Okay. And like exaggerate it, right?
Yeah. And I know, don't worry. You're in a safe place. I know there's a lot of people watching, but I'm asking you to do something that might not even work, but I'm curious.
Like that.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? So it's interesting. I know there's some, the voice is dying to come out even more, but I want you to sing this to me. La pastore, and really feel where that resonates. I'm kind of nervous to repeat the same thing I did with Nicole, because I like to do different things with different singers, but I do think this is something that's going to help you.
Okay.
So really think la pa. Again, I want to explain to everybody here, when I talk about the 5 vowels, for example, when I say the E, I'm not saying that the E gets shoved back. It's where it resonates. E, so la pa, sto. Just start that and really feel where it sits in their face. Good. And now do this, Marielle, do this. I want you to hold your face this way. I call it fish lips. Again, I want you to feel that you can use this embouchure. La pasto. Keep going because it's really good. Hang on 1 minute. My kids have left the TV on. Hang on 1 minute.
No worries, Mariella. While we're taking a break, you'll still get your full time.
Don't worry about it.
We're good. We're good. I haven't left you. It was in the same room that I was at. I have 5 children, and they have this thing, I guess, where they leave the TV on. It comes on after about an hour. So I just would prefer that I stopped it for 10 seconds and have it on the whole time. Good. Mariella, I loved what you're doing. Don't be afraid to do that, because even that to me doesn't sound pushed.
Okay.
It sounds just, it actually, to me, sits in your instrument even better than the other. Sometimes, of course, that could be nerves, but sometimes there's like a little flutter. When you're giving a little bit more, I actually think it centers the voice more.
Okay.
So let's do it again.
Should I do the hand thing again?
Yeah, I would. Again, I don't want to feel that this is like, a crutch, but this is what starts it. Right. It opens everything up nicely, yeah. What is that first note? D, right? Yeah, you're going la. Really give me. I'm very tall here. La, pa. I know you're only 15. Again, one has to remember that you're 15, but there's still that color that can happen.
Okay.
Good. See, for me, I know I understand the first time you could be slightly nervous, but I don't hear the flutter as much as I did the first time. And again, could be nerves, but I also think you're centering there's more support happening.
Okay.
I talked earlier about, right. What is interesting about that is that when I do the scale that way, I'm obviously supporting better than Right. So I talk about support. We need to talk about support, but quite often we can find other ways as a byproduct, the support working, and your support is working better now because you're finding those colors. Look, when I do masterclasses are interesting events because I'm not really knowing what you're doing with your teacher. I don't know what transition you're in, right? Because there's always a transition in technique in what you're doing. And you might come with the voice being put at the back and the teacher saying, I want it more forward. So you're in the more forward phase, right? So, and all those things. Anyway, not saying specifically you, but generally. But I always, in a masterclass, I listen to 1 or 2 notes and go, oh, what is it that makes those notes so good? And I try and work around it and see, let's do all notes that way. Good, to make sure that first note is as big and tall as that.
Sorry.
It's a little thin. La, la, pa. Good. As you go down the scale, ah, really keep that tall. We all do that. We don't worry about a descending scale. The other one, that's the scale that I care more about than the ascending. Oh, whatever the notes are. You're going, ah, it's a little saggy. I want it to be quite tight.
Okay.
Can you just go back into that so we really have that tallness happening? Do this for me. Put more of a or vowel in the descending. Oh, ah, but oh. Oh.
Oh, just do that.
Yeah, do the descending and read it on an oh. Better. So it's interesting. So I was watching a YouTube channel last week, and it's this British guy married to an American woman. And they talk about the different words between American and English. And this was one of the things they talked about. So I'm going to spell a word to you, two words, and you're going to tell me how you say them yourself. Not how you think I say them, because I don't know if you know, but I'm not from America. But I'm going to say COT, so COT, and CAUGHT.
So
How do you say both those words? COT and CAUGHT.
So COT, I'd say cot.
And CAUGHT.
Cot.
Yes, right. Pretty much the same, right? Pretty much the same. I say cot and caught.
Okay.
The baby caught the ball in the cot.
Right.
And Americans, I'm not good at American accent, so just bear with me. I know that, but you kind of say the baby caught the ball in the cot. I say caught the ball in the cot. So the or vowel is what I want you to do. Oh, it's a very pointed or vowel, almost a British or vowel going down.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, but with legato, but with vowel. Oh, because you're going ah. Do you see what I mean? So it's not staying as clean on the descending line.
I'm like debating if I should start right on the run.
Yeah, so wherever you feel comfortable going back to.
I'll just do the beginning measure.
A lot better, except the last one. Oh. Nearly. I'm being very picky, but nearly. Oh, no. Oh, think of that word caught. Can you say caught the way a British person says caught? I caught the ball.
Caught.
Yes. Good. Caught. I'm even giving the wrong syllable in the song, but really think the or vowel. Nearly. Oh.
Try to do it slow.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Keep going. You got it. Oh. Exaggerate it. That's it. You got it. You got it. It's a nicer sound. It's a cleaner sound. And then you don't hear just do it one more time and then we'll need to finish. But good job. Just one more time.
The actual word or the?
Lead into that. Just do the last phrase. Like the last phrase that leads into da 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 da. Good. Good. Mariella, I hope some of that helps. Again, I think you know this. I'm not asking the sound to be pushed. It's just accessing. The more you access, the better. It's a really beautiful sound.
Thank you so
Good
much.
job, Mariella. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Beautiful job. And now we have made it to our last singer already. The time just flies. So Anjali, if you're ready, then you can unmute yourself and begin.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you quite clearly. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Hello, my name is Juilliard. I'm 15, and Alex Chen and I will be performing La Promesa by Rossini.
Wonderful. Good. Well, we don't need to worry about the younger generation anymore, do we? After all the four that have sung today. You're only 15, is that right, Anjuli?
Yeah.
Yes, good, beautiful. How long have you had lessons for? What got you into singing? And I can tell that you love it, but what got you into it?
I think I've been doing it for 6 years now, and kind of by accident, I guess. It was just kind of like for
Yeah.
fun. I sort of fell in love with it, so yeah.
Can you pinpoint any one thing that made you, I like that, or was it just in the ether?
Ooh. I think it was, okay, this is gonna sound really scary, but like it was the first aria I think I've ever watched, which is like the Queen of the Night, and it was I think Diana Dumrau was doing it.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. It's interesting. She's almost made that definitive because often people talk about her performance when they talk about Queen of the Night. Yes, good, very good. As I said to Mariella, anything that you've done operatically that you've done for fun?
Okay. I've done Il faut partir from La Fille du Régiment, and what else? I think I've done the laughing song.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, from Die Fledermaus.
Yeah, very good.
I've done a little bit of like Gilbert and Sullivan, like Poor Wandering One and stuff.
Yeah, good, yeah. How high do you sing? I mean, you've done the Fille de Régiment. How high do you sing? Can you sing?
I think like a high F or like a high.
So you've done Queen of the Night for fun, haven't you? Surely for fun?
Maybe.
I mean, have you? I mean, just for fun. I mean, I'm saying yeah.
Yeah, like nothing seriously, of course.
No, I know that. No, that's why I'm asking. This is out of school. This is, you don't need to worry. No one's listening. But because I only say that because sometimes it's okay to look at artists like that for fun. Yeah, the thing that all of us, including the other three that we've worked with tonight, is you don't want to sing that repertoire with wrong technique or bad habits, because it's very hard to then bring back in. That's why it's smart to do what you're doing. Good. I want you to do this. Let's just start this aria, the song again, and then we'll just work a little bit. So just start it again.
Yeah, sure.
Want a short intro?
Sure.
But I want to do this. So Andrew, I want to do this. So I want you to say the text in a very speaky way, as if you were on a street market in Italy selling food and you're trying to coax people to come to look at the food on on your little stall. But I went, can you say those words really declamatory for me? Not oh, but
So, chi io mai vi possa.
Chi ormai, I might get the words wrong right now, but chi ormai vi possa.
Chi ormai vi possa.
Chi ormai vi possa. Really, really just go for it. Like you were selling food in a street market.
Chi ormai vi possa.
It's still too reserved.
Okay.
Are you normally quite a shy person?
Depends who you ask.
To a degree, right? Yeah. You need to just be a little bit more extrovert right now.
Chi ormai vi possa.
Right. Now, if you were selling, if people were coming down the street, they might go, no. So you chi ormai vi possa. Really go for it and hands out, because you're doing chi ormai vi possa.
Yeah.
There's a method to my madness. Don't worry, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I want you to just give me all that your voice can go, but very not ooh.
Yeah. Chi ormai vi possa.
Do this first. Chi ormai vi possa.
Chi ormai vi possa.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
How many?
2.
Younger, older?
Older.
Do you ever shout at them?
Always.
Do you shout nicely? You know what I mean? Like, are there times you get angry? I need you to be kind of angry in the way you say it. There's a reason, because what I want when you sing it, this is beautiful tone, don't get me wrong. I like everything you're doing is right. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. There's more thread of chest that could be had, and I'm just trying to find that. So I want you to shout it out. Shout.
Chi ormai vi possa.
Thank you. That's what I want. Good. Now I want you to sing that first phrase in that way for me.
Okay. All right.
Really go for it, because otherwise it stays a little bit clouded and doesn't stay in that clean, connected place.
Yeah. Okay. Chi ormai vi possa lasciar d'amare, no, non credete come core.
Yes. And Julie, there's a difference.
Okay.
It's very interesting. It's a big difference to my ear, but it's a nuanced difference, because now I'm hearing clean, and not da. It's very connected to the body. The time before, which is a little bit, it's just nice, right? And we want it to be, here's the thing. So are you applying for schools in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah. So being a soprano in this career and these studies is difficult because there are a lot of sopranos. If you're a contralto or a tenor, you know, it might be a different story. So my point is this. You and everyone else that we've worked with tonight all have potential to do really well and to enter, you know, music schools. But at the same time, you've always got to be at the level, which I don't, no doubt you have, like you're 15. Like, I mean, there's nothing to worry about, but you need to keep finding those things so that we've really got that clean sound. Because what you don't want to be doing is, by the time you're 17, 18, applying to these schools, that you're just in that beautiful voice, but next to lots of other beautiful voices. You've got to step up, right, and go into that place. And what you're doing now puts that there for me. So good. Let's go back to the beginning again. Find that place. And you notice, though, you're not singing in it, but it's totally connected to what I call thread of chest. Even Queen of the Night should feel thread of chest. That doesn't mean like belting or chest heavy, but it just means connected to the body. Good. We'll start the beginning again. That's interesting, and Julie, that's interesting because the time before was very connected. This is still beautiful, but it's not as connected. So can you say the words again? Really declamatory, really, chi mai vi possa. And be angry.
Yeah. Chi mai vi possa.
Yeah, sing just like that, no softer. Good, brilliant, brilliant. So what happens is when you keep it in that place, it doesn't get cloudy, it doesn't get dissipated.
Right.
The last two phrases, what are they? What are the words? Ne.
Nemen per gioco.
Good. Can you say those words for me? Because they're slightly cloudy.
Okay. So, like loud?
Yes. I want you to shout at your sibling.
Okay. Nemen per gioco.
Good. That's not bad. But I have a feeling if you ever shout at your siblings, do you ever win the argument? Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes, but I believe you, but I almost don't believe you, as in the vocal way that you say it, because you're very apologetic when you get angry. And I know because you're nervous when a masterclass and you have an audience. You don't have an audience when you, and I'm not advocating that you shout at your siblings, by the way, but we do, right? We just do. Good. And again, say it again, really, really show me what you mean, that you mean it. Okay. The words, ne.
Okay. Nemen per gioco.
One more time, twice as loud.
Okay.
Ne.
Nemen per gioco.
Good. Now sing just like that, because I want to stay in the thread of chest.
Nemen per gioco.
And ne, and I'm hearing ne.
Right.
Ne.
Okay. Nemen per gioco. Nemen per gioco. Nemen per gioco.
Canaro. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever the words are. Da da da. Good. Remember this. We do this. Remember this placement. If you were here. Canera. Yes. Yeah. That's you accessing the resonance. Yeah.
Right.
And again. Canera. One more time. And put the hand here at the same time so you know exactly where it goes. Canera. Nice, but do give me a nice spin the voice. Yeah, one more time, because I didn't hear the first one because I think I was singing over you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good, really good. So let's just carry on. We have like 1 more minute, I think. Yeah.
Sure.
Do this for me. We have like 15 seconds. I want you to point the finger on every first note of a phrase. Like that. Go.
So. Yeah.
Good, really good. This is fun working with you all, and really, and Julie's very good singing. I don't want you to feel that I'm making you push the voice. That's not my goal. It's just to access those great colors, and when it's spinning neatly, there's a bigger sound. Good, and Julie, thank you. Well done. Beautiful.
Well, congratulations to all of our singers. Great work. And I'm just amazed by the fact that, like Darrell said, you all are so young, but doing such amazing work already. So congratulations to you. We have a couple of minutes left for any questions. So please drop those in the chat and I'll ask them to Darrell. But Darrell, if they wanted to reach out to you after class, is there an email they can contact you at? Do you mind sharing that?
Yes. So dbabidge@juilliard.edu. So dbabidge, which is Babidge. You can see it on my name up here, I think. At Juilliard.edu, and Juilliard, just in case, because sometimes we spell it wrong, is Juilliard, not Jull. It's Juilliard.
Excellent. And so just, tell us a little bit more about the program, I guess, at Juilliard. And do you teach both undergraduate and graduate students?
I do. So I teach undergrad, masters, the artist diploma degree, and the graduate study. There's 4 degrees. So yeah, I teach all levels, and I teach one-on-one voice lessons. In essence, that's what I'm doing.
All right.
But I haven't been on campus for a long time. I've been teaching from home. I've only been twice in the last year on campus to teach, and it's just very difficult with the masks. And I actually find we do better through Skype and FaceTime lessons. Yeah.
All right. Well, the program, sorry, not the programs. The questions are rolling in. So I'm going to kind of clunk some together for the sake of time. Nick Hausman is asking, what is the acceptance for grad students? I guess the acceptance rate. And Jana Harmon has said, is there something specific you think young singers, high schoolers, should be doing in preparation for the future?
Okay, I'm going to, so I can see these two, right? So first question here, are you a Mormon? You said that you taught at BYU for a number of years, and if you are, I'm a member too. Yes, I am a Mormon. Hi, fellow Mormon. That's always nice to see fellow members of the Mormon Church. Is there something specific you think your singers high schoolers should be doing in preparation for future? Just make sure you're with the right teacher. Make sure you're getting, most programs want 3 pieces of music. Sometimes you usually want English piece and then other languages, German, French, Italian. Just check in, and look, you can also have trial lessons with teachers from any university. You can ask for trial lessons. I mean, you might have to pay for them, but trial lessons to get to know who the teachers are, and they can let you know if you're on track or not. Can you tell us about the Columbia Juilliard program and a little bit of what Juilliard is looking for in artists? Yes, again, I'm quite new, and I've only really been on campus for 6 months out of the 2 years, but there is a Columbia Juilliard program, and I wish I knew more about it. I don't, but I think you can be a student at Juilliard at Columbia and still and it's connected to being in the music program at Juilliard. So yeah, I don't know the definitive answer to that question, but there is a joint program, and maybe ask the admissions office about that, because I don't think I could answer it as well as they could. For an artist, I love individuality, someone that really shows good interpretation, dramatic skills, and a voice that has the potential to sing well. And that can be you don't have to be a polished article to come to Juilliard, because that wouldn't make sense, right? The whole idea is to be educated at Juilliard. So yeah, I personally am looking for the color, the sound, the timbre, the things that show that you have potential for singing professionally. But sometimes we can't tell, right, until we work with you. So what are some exercise recommendations you have for navigating into chest voice, especially for high soprano? That's a difficult question to answer in a short space of time. Into chest voice, especially for high soprano, what you have for navigating into chest voice. So I think, Ariana, you're talking about, are you talking about low? Just respond in the chat. Are you talking about getting chest into low or bringing chest voice into high? Just if you put a little thing in there, then I'll try and answer it. Yes, I'd love to know more about the Columbia Juilliard program. Yes, I wish I could give you more, but the admissions will tell you about that. During UNLV studying voice, I'm still trying to look for graduate programs. What is the difference between a master's degree and an artist diploma? Master's degree is usually the one that you'll do after an undergraduate degree. It's usually undergrad, master's, and then artist diploma, or like a professional degree. So it's usually 6 to 7 years after you've started as a freshman in school. Descending from head to chest, I want to stay in head the whole time and have a hard time switching. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to be very honest with you. That's really hard to verbally explain, and then you can go away and do it. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to know what that person's really working with, but I do. One way of doing it is this exercise. Wee. I would start as a soprano, maybe on an F. Wee. And almost like that. It doesn't need to be woo. It can be kind of a thinner sound going down, so you can smooth over the range to get into it. But what you don't want is, you don't want a big. Don't feel that it has to be full chest. It's head, voice, head mix, and then down to chest. Again, I apologize. That's hard to define verbally in the short space of time.
All right. Well, as you can see, Nick Hausman has, I think that's going to be our last question. He also sent a private question in private message that was asking about what is the acceptance rate for grad students, and then as you can see his question in the chat as well.
Oh dear, I wish I could answer that question again. I feel like I'm the newbie there, to be honest with you. I'm not exactly sure how. We normally accept 10 per year. So we have 20 master's students. We accept 10 each year. So I guess I can answer that question. How many 10s apply for your grad program and how many do you take? Good question, I don't know, but I could give a good guess that we had about 30 to 40 tenors applying. We've probably accepted 3. That's because we can accept 10 every year. We've got to have tenor, soprano, mezzo, bass, baritone, right? So we've only got that small number to fit into the 10. So that's my guess. So maybe 20%, 10%. And make sure when you apply to Juilliard, apply to as many schools as you can. I know that can be quite a financial thing, and I'm not, but with all that's happened this last year, it's been quite convenient because no one's had to get on a plane to go to a city or go into a hotel, right? You've been able to apply online, but I would apply to as many schools as you can so that you're giving yourself as many options as you can. Because yeah, I think we had 570 applicants for undergrad and grad, and we could only accept 20. So it's by numbers, it's quite difficult. But yeah, get to know schools, get to know the teachers in schools, so that we know what your work is like too.
All right.
Good.
Well, that's all the time that we have. Thank you so much, Darrell, for your time and a wonderful class. Congratulations to the singers. And everyone, as I said, I put Darrell's email in the chat for you, so feel free to reach out to him. And I hope that you all enjoy the rest of our 2021 College Expo. All right. Again, I'm Justin Bell, and I hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.